Hello, hello, sweet friends. My name is Beanie. Welcome to my channel. I am a middle-aged neurodivergent quilter, crafter, and I make YouTube videos for fun. So, before I get started on the video about my little binding station, I just want to kind of give you a brief overview of what you're in for. I don't edit videos. I don't make pretty content. There are thousands and thousands of channels that will do that for you. I am just making these videos for fun. I'm not going to sit there and edit them for 15 hours. I say a lot because I have a neurodivergent brain. I may stutter when I talk, or there may be pauses when I'm trying to, gain traction of my brain. It's just the way that I am. And I would rather you just get to know me for me than for me to put on the pretend version of me just to make it pretty for social media. And, that's all it is. I'm just here to expand my crafting community. I have health issues, and so you'll hear me. I take big gasps. That's because I'm on oxygen. So if I do that, I apologize. I know that could be bothersome for people to hear, like the gasping. That's just me grabbing some air. But because I work from home and I'm pretty much in the house all the time, my communications for my crafting community, my crafting life is really just virtual. So I figured I'd just start making some videos about my crafting life and make some new crafting friends. And, hopefully you'll hang around for a while. So I had posted my first video actually for this channel was about these spools here, but I had sent some of my crafting girlfriends pictures of these spools. Like I was sharing about the person or the seller that I bought them from on Etsy. And they actually had asked me about my binding station in the pictures. And I was happy to share that information, but I also wanted to really caution them, about buying this item. And then I thought about it, well, maybe I should just share this with the crafting community at large as well. Now, please forgive me if anybody has made posts on social media about this product from Target already. They probably know better than I do. I am just one person who made a purchase, and I don't like spending my money in areas that I'm not going to get value added. So about this product, it's from Target. I don't shop Target. I just don't. I don't have one close to me. It's not for me really. So if this is a reoccurring item with Target, I don't know. Or I don't know if this is the first time it's being, distributed, but I believe it's part of their Christmas stuff. That's where it is at Target. It's in with their Christmas and holiday gear. It's from a brand called Hearth and Hand with Magnolia. They're calling it a wood ribbon holder with drawer. And these are some of the things that I would caution anybody interested in purchasing this to make sure you're mindful of before doing so. So the retail price is $24.99. I do not co-sign that $24.99 price at all. I would have been more comfortable at the $12.99 range, but because I know that there are quality issues, I don't even know if at $12.99 I would be happy with it. But nonetheless, here we are. I'm going to hold on to it until right before my return window closes. And if I end up just really not being able to sit well with it, I'll return it to the Target. I don't really care. The dimensions for this item can be found on the Target website. For reference, these are 4-inch spools, and I have plenty of room at the end. I did see a reviewer on the Target website. They actually had a roll of paper towels in this. And so that's also a frame of reference for you. What are my issues with this? Well, the first thing is, while yes, it's wood, it's probably 97% wood. And then it's chip wood. So chipwood is like this composite. It's just like leftover pulp and fibers that they glue together to make chipwood. And so that's on the back of it and on the bottom of the drawer. Every other aspect, so the drawers, the sides of the drawers, the sides of the spool holders, and the top of the whole item is pieced wood. Now, this is not a big thing, right? Like, so this is not a big, like visually, size-wise, not a big item. It really would not have cost much to make this. Even in this economy with lumber costs, it would not have cost a lot to make this from solid pieces. But what they've done instead is they franken-pieced every single feature of this, which is not a bad thing, because you're just going to be like, well, Beanie, they're being sustainable. You know, they made something else, but then they didn't just throw out that wood. They made more stuff with it. You guys, I'm all for sustainability, but if you're not going to make it well, then that's where I'm having a problem. None of these are made well. The side pieces you guys are going to have to watch out for are, and forgive me, my videography is not really going to display the imperfections, but they're all scuffed. They're all scuffed from top to bottom. They are not well sanded, which, okay, is fine. They are pieced together. Most of these sides are either 4 to 5 pieces, and some of them, well, like you can see here, it's not even just rounded well. And those are just small things that my neurodivergent brain tends to zone in on. I used to refurnish furniture for years, and I'm just saying to myself, like, I would not turn this out, you know, and expect somebody to sell somebody this, but that's okay. But then we get to like where it's pieced. Like here, it looks like it's got a chip there, but it's not a chip. It's where they piece the wood. And the problem with a lot of the way that this has been pieced is if this were to just fall, it's going to fall apart. And that's why most of the ones that were at Target were already broken. So not only were they not made well, they weren't packaged properly. And so a lot of them you're going to see are going to be damaged here at the corners. Mine looks damaged at the corners, but actually what it is they did not, it's just poorly cut, right? Because you see here it's filled in, but it's not. Most of these are full of wormholes, and then the wormholes were filled in with wood putty, but the wood putty doesn't match the wood. You'll also notice that, see, there's 2 different colors of wood here. And when that happens, when you're staining different cuts of wood that were milled against the grain differently, right? So depending on the way that the wood is milled is how it's going to accept stain. So if these were all similar cuts of wood, they would have accepted the stain the same way, especially if they're the same wood, but they didn't. So I don't know if you can, I didn't think about this beforehand. I'm trying to get the lighting. I'm not doing a good job, guys, but so like here, I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 wormholes filled. Oh, there's one. So you can see 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 wormholes filled with wood putty, but the wood putty doesn't match. My top is scuffed and full of wormholes. It also has a fracture. Oh, I can't see where it's at. Oh, it's right here. So, see here. There's a fracture. That's not the grain of the wood. That's actually, it's a fracture that occurred when they joined the 2 sides. It's split right there. So, and here's a imperfection that they just didn't even bother to fill in. The drawer is a decent drawer as far as just the size. It does hold a lot. It does have a little bumper in the back. that will prevent the drawer from falling out. It's supposed to have little wood bumpers underneath. Not wood bumpers, like little rubber bumpers, but my piece did not have anything. They were missing all but one. So the long and short of it is, it was what I wanted in my head for my crafting needs and for my quilting needs. This is just a really poorly constructed version of what I would love to see for my sewing space. But I don't have anybody in my life that could make me one out of better wood. So I may have to either accept this piece for what it is, or I can return it at the end of the holidays. I just really love this right here. This to me was a lot better than putting my spools on the back of my sewing machine. They also are calling this brass, and I did see pictures of others who had, it looked like a black enameled one. I don't know, but this is not brass. It's just metal that's been painted or powder coated to look like brass. It's not brass. Oh, and another thing, like if you're neurodivergent like me and symmetry bothers you, none of the knobs were put on like in the middle. Like this one's got glue stuck to the side. They're not screwed in, so I could probably pull it off and then reattach it. But yeah, I mean, it's a great concept. I like it. I want to love it. Maybe I could even just like pull it all out and paint it, and then I wouldn't have to worry about looking at all of the way that the wood is joined and joined poorly. I got to think about it. I got to sleep on it. But it's a cool idea. I'm just not happy with how it's made, and I cannot believe I went to 3 different stores and looked at so many, and they're all like this. So, oh, and last thing, the thing that the drawers, like the little side things that the drawers slide on, those little runners, you guys got to be careful. Most of the ones that I saw at the store were missing one, at least one, were broken off. So you'll want to check that and potentially maybe just, reinforce it when you get it home. I hope this was helpful. It's a great idea. I just don't know if it's worth keeping. If you have thoughts on it, drop it in my comment box. I'm pretty influenced. So if you say, Beanie, return it, I'll probably return it. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.